Yay! We're
Yay!
here. Welcome, everyone, to the news and updates. We are so glad you are here with us. Happy Pride Month, Karen.
Happy Pride Month to you too, Laurel, and happy
Yay!
Juneteenth. Welcome to
Yay!
all of our celebration of Pride Month and Juneteenth right here in Alt Space VR for the third week of June.
Yay! For the last 4 years, we've not only celebrated and helped collaborate with Pride Month festivities, we've been bringing you the news from the metaverse and Allspace VR every Saturday. Miss a show? You can catch it on YouTube. No time to jump into Altspace VR, then join us on the live stream on YouTube and Twitch.
Remember, we film the audience during our discussions, so if there's time, so be ready. We also report on news you need to know throughout the week on our News and Updates Discord.
Now, we are not Altspace VR employees, but volunteer and community members. We do this because the community, you are so important to us. You really are. It takes a village to support this community.
We also wish to thank all of our volunteers who help make this possible. You are the reason we are all here. So let's get this party started. Now we're going to start with some AltSpace VR news.
Mm-hmm. The Altspace VR patch released this week brought us the ability to switch between accounts, a link account screen, and it gave us improvements to the moderation feature for removing disruptive users from events. Love that.
Yes. And as AltSpace VR moves closer and closer to either standing on its own or integrating into Microsoft Mesh and the enterprise version, we don't really know what's coming. But what we do know is that AltSpace VR is alive and kicking, and trust us, it is. Features and improvements from the enterprise version will filter down just as improvements they make here filter up.
It is it's too easy to say terrible things about Altspace VR, including how they don't listen, they don't think about the community. Honestly, it's not true. It may feel that way, And that's something that desperately needs fixing. But the truth is, the community has made what AltSpace VR is.
From the very beginning, especially after purchase by Microsoft, AltSpace VR staff has not only listened, but our feedback and troubleshooting efforts have made it stronger and better. We have one of the most powerful event tools for hosting events as well as moderating them. And we've been told that improvements and new features are on the way.
Now, while many were unhappy with the loss of the public spaces in AltSpace VR, the sheer number of complaints about the lack of moderation was a tough call when held against freedom of speech standards. It was a huge drain on the system and the community. So toxic. And many of us avoided those areas and advised others to do the same.
So true. It meant so much to so few, and yet the concept of an open public space is important to a community. The AltSpace VR community fought hard to get more public spaces, and we were given them only to not really use them. But they did listen. We expect public spaces to be back in the future, but right now, Microsoft's focus is on improving the platform and event production features.
It is now officially confirmed that Katie Kelly, known as Keegan in AltSpace VR, is now principal product manager for Microsoft Mesh as part of the AltSpace VR enterprise version. She led the AltSpace VR team as product owner for several years, then partnered with co-leading the Accenture and Teams and Mesh partnership that was announced at Microsoft Ignite a couple years ago.
So, who is in charge now that Alex Kipman is leaving the company? As we mentioned a few weeks ago, AltSpace is now under the Microsoft Experiences and Devices division, led by Jeff Tepper, along with Carlos Aguilar, Miguel Suffolich, and Nikhil Subramaniam. They are working on the next generation of mixed reality presence and collaboration services, including Microsoft Mesh.
Our longtime beloved AltSpace VR staff like Faye, Yunji, Schmidt Tech, Jeremy, Mike, Jimmy, and others are currently not going anywhere. Jimmy continues to be senior engineer for AltSpace VR, running the development. Faye is moving up the ranks, and Yunji is still involved with events and customer support. Their positions may be changing, their responsibility increasing, but the core team is staying the same, just moving to another department.
As with all such moves, this one has been long in the works, and it continues to be tweaked and adjusted with new people coming in and some moving to other places in the company that best serve their expertise. It'll take a while for things to shake out, especially over the next few months.
True. Now, here's another truth. Event hosts have the autonomy they need to create their events and support them and build a community around them as usual. Nothing's changed. World builders can build anything they want within normal limits, even pushing those limits around. And if you build for events, especially if you want them to be main events, you have to build them to meet the performance requirements. And other than that, you're free to build whatever you want.
And all of this is free, totally free. If you pay for anything, it's up to you. But we can play and entertain the masses totally for free. You can't say that about many other places in the metaverse. So enjoy it while it lasts.
Mm-hmm. We have two exciting traditional events this month to celebrate here in AltSpace VR. First up, Juneteenth. If you do a Google search for Juneteenth today and tomorrow, you'll be greeted with falling confetti and flag waving arms marching across the browser window, all part of Google's celebration of the holiday.
Juneteenth is the oldest United States celebrated memorial and celebration of the ending of slavery in the United States. But it's a bigger story than that.
Oh, it is January 1st, 1863. Oh, Karen, I remember it well. You were there. I know you were. President Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation freeing slaves. However, some government officials and shareholders kept the news quiet and continued business as usual in Texas.
Unlike today, where news travels instantly around the world, news traveled much more slowly. When rumors started to make their way in, slaves were told it was fake news. Sound familiar?
Ugh, too familiar. 2.5 years later, on June 19th, 1865, the Texas officials could no longer keep the secret and announced that all slaves in the United States were now free. But that announcement came with a threat. General Granger's first order of business was to read to the people of Texas General Order Number 3, which began with.
The people of Texas are informed that in accordance with a proclamation from the Executive of the United States, all slaves are free. The freedmen are advised to remain quietly at their present homes and work for wages. They are informed that they will not be allowed to collect at military posts and that they will not be supported in idleness either there or elsewhere.
Ugh. In spite of those dire warnings, celebrations were bad. The next year, Galveston, Texas was the first to celebrate what would become Juneteenth, June 19th, to recognize slave freedom. Over the next 150 years, Juneteenth celebrations spread across the country. In 2021, President Biden signed the long wanted Juneteenth National Independence Day Act into law, making it a national holiday.
There are Juneteenth events throughout AltSpace VR this past week and tomorrow to honor the holiday. So check them out and celebrate with us as we continue to learn more about the history of slavery and fight for equality for all.
This month celebrates another related freedom celebration, Pride Month. We love celebrating it here in AltSpace VR. Among the many LGBTQ plus events in AltSpace VR, Microsoft hosted a special event yesterday for hundreds of attendees to tour an amazing historical display of LGBTQ history and just to be entertained and have a great time.
Microsoft has also launched a campaign to donate money to LGBTQIA plus nonprofits around the world through employee donations and matching funds. To date, they've donated $170,000 to that specific fund, in addition to over 8 million of employee and matching fund donations to other worthy causes.
Mhm. Now, Microsoft also announced the launch of Unlocked, a Pride digital destination project that celebrates and shares Pride stories and history through web and immersive experiences. Check it out at unlocked.microsoft.com. We share the announcement on our news and updates Discord.
This year is the 50th anniversary of Pride Month, so to speak, of the LGBTQ plus movement and visibility within the United States and elsewhere. While accepted now in many countries and illegal in too many more, we stand with our Pride members to honor their desire for equal opportunity and freedom to live safe lives.
An editorial article in CNN this week explained that Americans are facing a rainbow scare right now. And this may be happening in your country as well. And they admit that it may get worse before it gets better. So events this month and throughout the year to honor and defend their rights are more important than ever.
The Rainbow Scare name comes from the mid 20th century, referring to the Red Scare associated with communism and McCarthyism. And the Lavender Scare started in the 1950s when President Dwight D. Eisenhower signed Executive Order 10, is that 10450, to
Yep.
authorize the investigation, interrogation, and systematic removal of gay men and women from the U.S. federal government as policy. The backlash against homosexuality drove many back into the closet and into lives of lies and terror.
As we mentioned last week, more than 250 legislation active actions are in play in the United States to restrict and penalize LGBTQ plus citizens. Laws are now in place in Florida and being duplicated across the South and Midwest United States that restrict and penalize educational material and access to health care and therapy for children, but also in general.
This is kind of crazy because support for LGBTQ plus rights around the world, even in the US, is at a higher level than ever, as we have learned that we need to celebrate our differences. It is only the few who are driving the wedge into hearts and minds.
And some of those are in government. I didn't say that. Well, it's the truth. According to the Trevor Project, a nonprofit created to honor a gay student who took his life after being bullied. 73% of gay youth report they've experienced discrimination and massive symptoms of anxiety. The LGBTQ plus and friends group right here in Altspace VR was one of the first in the metaverse outside of Second Life and continues to thrive, creating a safe space for everyone.
Altspace VR has always been a safe, tolerant, and respectful space for the most part, helping to protect all of us from the harm so often found in the real world by judgmental and narrow minded bigots. We hope it continues to be that safe space, but it takes a community. It takes all of us.
Please remember to use your tools to block and report those who do not support an open, safe, tolerant, and respectful Altspace VR. And join us in celebrating Pride Month however you wish to celebrate.
Now, on to some other news you can use. With all the software, hardware, modem, and Wi Fi system security hacks, we knew it was just a matter of time before they came after our processor chips. The Heartsbleed cybersecurity attack takes advantage of a vulnerability in computer chips by Intel and AMD that may help the attacker steal secret cryptographic keys and more.
Now, before you get too nervous, a team of researchers at Intel discovered this as part of their internal investigations. They're working with AMD and other processor companies to fix it. The vulnerability in the CPUs is through cryptographic apps, not everyday software.
As many in our community deal with cryptocurrencies, we felt it was important to advise you that Intel has confirmed that it affects all of their CPUs. Yes, all of them.
Intel has issued a security advisory to provide guidance to developers on strengthening software and libraries for cryptographic apps. And AMD hasn't yet, but maybe soon. We'll be keeping an eye on this for you.
Google's warning that they were doing away with promises of free and, in many cases, unlimited storage hit this week. Many were upset to find that email was blocked and couldn't be sent, backup stopped, and event additions to Google Drive were blocked until the storage was reduced to 15 gigabytes or less, or you paid for the additional storage.
This impacted not just Google Drive, but Gmail, Google Folders, Photos, and other Google Workspace options. The total amount of storage space is now all bundled into one. It used to be separate. We used to have unlimited, in some cases, unlimited photos, and now that's all bundled into the Gmail stuff.
Mm. If you choose to pay to increase your storage space, know that it can take as long as 24 hours to update, leaving you stuck. As many event hosts like we do here at News and Updates use Google Drive for our script documents and sharing photos and files, here is something that you need to know.
When you share a file with someone on Google Drive, it is stored on your Drive account and the other person's Drive account. Yes, in two places. Both accounts must have enough storage space to host the same copy of the file. This means that you have to download and delete the file, then tell the other person to delete their copy of the file in order to free up space.
If you transfer ownership of the file to the other person and then delete your copy, it breaks the chain of storage space. For many of us used to traditional hard drive storage, this is a money-making deal for cloud storage.
It is. So again, please check your Gmail and your various Google Photos and Drive accounts to ensure that you haven't hit the limit and clear out the files that take space if you don't want to pay for the extra storage. The free ride we thrived on for the past 10 to 20 years is ending, sadly.
Another kind of sad news, it is the end of Internet Explorer. Yay. Microsoft announced this.
No,
Well,
me too.
I hated Internet Explorer
Oh,
because they killed Netscape. So anyway,
there's
um,
that's really
Microsoft
I
announced
mean,
this week that the 26-year-old, 26 years, wow, 26-year-old browser loved and hated by so many is finally shut down and has died June 15th. I remember the day that the blue E with the gold circle around it brought fear and indigestion to
yeah,
many a web developer.
absolutely. I was one of them. Oh my God. Well, Internet Explorer pushed out Netscape. Now, Netscape pushed out Mosaic. Let's really do some history here. And others out of the browser picture when Microsoft forced integration of the browser into Windows, which led to a long series of actions for monopoly and unfair business practices. Lots of lawsuits. Lawyers were kept well employed by Internet Explorer. Firefox moved into dominance and then Chrome, and now Chrome is losing traction as it falls to hundreds and hundreds of security vulnerabilities, threats, and risks over the past year. It is becoming a pain in the tuchus to update Chrome every time I turn around. And Firefox and Microsoft Edge are moving back into play.
Still, Internet Explorer played an important part in the history of the internet and the web. Goodbye and good riddance, dear IE.
Oh, I just love it. Now, temperatures across the southern United States, now in Europe, France, Spain, India, continue to soar, and there are reports yesterday and today that dozens of people have likely died, with thousands injured and homeless due to massive flooding in India. It's just huge. If you
Hmm.
live in one of the areas of the world facing this extreme heat and weather conditions, please be safe.
Stay cool and visit as many cool virtual worlds as possible. Research shows that body temperature shifts slightly when in colder or hotter virtual environments. I've noticed that myself. It won't help save your life, but it might help cool you down a little, along with plenty of fluids. Stay safe, please.
All right, now it's time to dig in deep and talk tech and hardware.
Oh, the ups and downs and predictions and leaks of Apple's AR, VR, XR, whatever glasses. the,
Exactly.
the latest news is that the glasses are coming out now in late 2024,
Oh, geez.
along with a second generation VR headset. What happened to the first generation one? Okay, well, again, all we have are
Glasses, headset,
rumors.
headset, glasses, glasses, headset of second generation. Where's the first? I get
Uh,
it. Yeah.
that's what I used to hate Microsoft because I was an Apple person. And then Apple grew big like Microsoft and started employing Microsoft tactics. But what I hate about Apple is they just wait until the market somewhat semi matures and then they jump in and try to take it over. Well, they may
Yeah, you're
have
right.
waited too
You're
long. We'll
right.
see.
Yep.
Again, all we have are rumors, but we do know that they will be closely tied and dependent on the iPhone and may even interact with Apple Watch. See, another monopoly here, which means
Mm-mm.
you won't likely be able to use them separately. We'll keep the rumors and leaks coming for Apple fans, but it looks like you have another long wait.
Indeed. Now, Amazon Prime Day, yeah, is set for July 17th, or sorry, 12th through the 13th this year. And we keeping an eye on the Quest and other headset deals. Now, the Quest 2 has only dropped their price once, but there are rumors flying around that this may be the year and the sale where the price may come down. You will have the 128 gig and the 250 gigabyte models to choose from.
If the headsets don't go on sale, it's likely that accessories might. Keep an eye out on head straps, link cables, cases, and more, as they're likely to be discounted.
Woo! Now, we've been following the amazing Pico VR headset that is available mostly on consumers. And the exciting news is that it will be available in the States in early fall. The news was out this week that ByteDance, the company that owns Pico and TikTok, among other tech, is investing heavily in VR technology development.
Over 30 job listings have popped up in the last week or so for Pico development, with Pico Studios opening in California and Washington State. They're looking for engineers and system design, electrical engineers, as well as salespeople, marketing, and other developers.
The Pico Neo 3 launched in Europe in May and is really a powerful alternative to the Quest 2. It is especially of interest to those purchasing headsets in countries where
Okay, we lost Rail there for a second. So, in countries where Facebook Meta is not
okay,
allowed,
go for it.
okay, okay, due to privacy violations, we're excited and watching closely to see how the Pico headset expands. A couple months ago, we alerted you to the odd system slowly coming from Meta for Quest VR headsets to add parental controls. Recent and upcoming updates are bringing these features online.
Now, to use them, is my audio okay now?
It's great. It's great. Uh-huh.
Nope,
Well, it
now I can't
was.
hear. I'll be back. Keep
Yeah.
going.
Okay. To
Okay, keep
use
going.
them, okay, to use them, the secondary account feature is required to be added to the headset. Once the accounts are linked, the adult can view the apps a teen owns and restrict their ability to access or purchase apps. It can also block the link and air link features to support PC VR content. Nreal augmented reality glasses are gaining ground, and now Steam games are available on them. They're not quite ready, as Nreal has released the beta version of Steam on Nreal, but we're looking forward to learning more. Educators and VR's virtual hardware team is hosting a special event covering the Nreal AR glasses and their potential in about 2 weeks. So keep an eye out on the schedule.
Hmm. The Valve standalone headset was possibly revealed in a patent filing this past week. The rumored Deckard headset is still a long way from ready, but it is predicted to be a gamer headset that will work with Steam and be a stepping stone to a high performance standalone headset. Ooh, we'll be keeping an eye out for this Valve headset.
Definitely. This week, Meta showed off a futurist looking headset that has many hardware fans drooling. This week, Digital Trends reported that it is likely the version after Cambria. We don't even have Cambria yet. The
Yeah,
sneak previews show fingertip, but this is something to drool about for sure.
it
The
is.
sneak previews show fingertip sensors with haptic feedback and a very
Hmm.
sleek design with a decent weighted balance.
Should be really interesting if that
Mhm.
is true. You have to stay tuned, be patient to learn more, but that's our job. We bring you the news so you don't have to do the work.
Now, on to some news from around the metaverse. News you need to know as it impacts so many of us.
Mhm. Now, this is just what we need, more surveys about the metaverse, right? We got surveys coming out our ears here. Well, McKinsey and Company interviewed over 1,000 consumers, hopefully representative, age 13 to 90, to ask them about the metaverse. In the process, they surprised themselves.
Well, we weren't surprised,
No,
right, Laurel?
right?
They found out that people actually know what the metaverse is. Surprise!
Whoa, what a thought.
3/4 of the people, 3/4 defined it as a virtual environment where people come together to play, socialize, and learn. What's so
Now,
difficult about that?
I don't know, but the one confusing part is many people, because of the marketing, which I wish had been somehow stopped, might be in the future, but many people thought it's the metaverse is all, they got confused between meta and metaverse as a branding, which is I'm sure what
Mm.
Zuckerberg had in mind. So they said, well, it's a Facebook product too. No. They found out that about 10% actually had put on a headset or played with AR, and most enjoyed it more than real life alternatives. I'm not sure what real life alternatives were being done, but I thought that was a great research survey fact. They also expect that within the next 5 years, that people will be spending around 5 hours a day in the metaverse, and that matches all the other studies.
Most of the people believe they would use the metaverse for shopping, medical, healthcare, education, travel, socializing, attending live events, customer support, playing games, and exercising.
We've posted the survey information so you can dive in deeper in our news and updates Discord. So here's one last myth that the survey revealed. The myth is that you can't make money in the metaverse. It was tossed out because people believe that the metaverse will be the next shopping, gaming, and educational frontier, and they expect to pay to play.
Did you know that AltSpace VR supports over 150 countries? Since its release in 2016, AltSpace has been an open platform for any country, including Turkey, Russia, and China. Countries that often restrict or ban access to open platforms like AltSpace VR. China, in particular, has been interesting as it allows access, then stops, then opens, then stops. But Chinese users have learned to use VPNs to get through the great cyber wall of China.
This out that Facebook Meta is testing the metaverse tech in Hong Kong. Yahoo, the company you all thought was dead but still manages to haunt us, is following suit by holding Yahoo concerts and exhibitions with local groups and artists in Decentraland, Hong Kong. Seriously, do you think that the metaverse could bring Yahoo back from the grave? This could be very interesting. A recent report found that over 80% of Hong Kongers, their word, are interested or already engaging in immersive experiences. And some of them are right here in Altspace VR.
I thought you invented that word, Laurel. Okay.
Oh, yeah,
um,
no.
Altspace VR started out as an open metaverse platform that grew into events and individual persistent virtual worlds. Engage XR started out the opposite, focused on events and meeting spaces, and as announced this week, is expanding into open social spaces in their new Link metaverse platform.
Now, currently available for enterprise and education, the platform is evolving to be a serious competitor to Altspace VR, Meta, Spatial, and other meeting platforms.
There's so much to appreciate about Engage XR, such as full body realistic avatars, easy to use world building features, and interactables, but only time will tell how it will thrive. Before you start heading over there, know that while there is a free version, the link is only open to enterprise and education subscribers.
Now, Arizona State University is going beyond just offering classes in the metaverse. They filed U.S. trademarks to support an expanded effort and marketing exposure in the metaverse. They've announced NFTs for event tickets, campus landmark artwork, videos of sports highlights, and classes in the virtual environment. Now, they're not the first, but it's interesting that they filed those patents, or those trademarks, sorry. We are not sure yet what else is on their roadmap, but we'll be keeping an eye out.
Hmm. Exciting news for Beat Saber fans. It's the fourth anniversary of the anniversary of the popular exercise game that has us slicing and dicing up squares to the beat. They've released
Mhm.
two remixes of the game's original soundtrack and added some other cool celebration treats. Update to access them.
Oh, they're very cool. If you're tired of Beat Saber, check out Ragnarok. How many of you played Ragnarok? Any? Any? Oh,
I will by
cool.
next week.
Yay. It was just ported over to Quest and released this week. It has been found in the Steam store for mixed reality and other headsets. And this rhythm smasher exercise game puts you in the drummer's seat on a Viking ship, and you're pounding drums in a driving pattern to keep music to music that keeps the long ship crew of rowers driving the ship forward. You may race on your own or compete against other ships. It's fun. It's really exciting. Gets you sweating to the Celtic and Viking inspired music. My husband is bananas about this. He's been playing it for like 6, 8 months. It's hysterical to watch him.
Oh, I can't wait to try that. We want to remind everyone again that the UK is unleashing the AR magic July 1st through September with the Unboxed Festival. Story Trails is an AR experience that brings history to life in 15 villages and communities across Britain. With the Story Trails mobile app built with Niantic Lightship, you will be able to walk around these sites to learn about their history and culture.
Now, if you live or plan on visiting the UK this summer, oh, I wish I was, take advantage of this. For those of you outside the UK or even in it, go beyond just building worlds in Altspace VR. Expand into AR. It isn't that different, and Niantic's Lightship AR makes it easy to create your own local art or history experience in your community. So check it out.
Absolutely. Okay, on to world building news. Many world builders design and develop art galleries. Images are either uploaded or placed manually or integrated on planes into the Unity template. Whether for signage or for art, much of the world building that we do relies on graphics programs.
Now, Adobe announced this week that they plan to make Photoshop free on the web to everyone. Mm. While there are
Wow.
many free graphic apps on the web, having access to the power of Photoshop for precision graphic work is very exciting and very welcome.
Adobe is testing the free version in Canada first and then expanding slowly. They're switching to a freemium plan that will provide enough of the core functions before a user will need a subscription. We've posted a link to the announcements in our News and Updates Discord to help you learn more.
Are you builders enjoying the new goodies in Blender's latest release? Yes. Well, with all big updates, its add-ons and plugins are quickly updating as well. Verge 3D 4.0 for Blender was released this week, an artist-friendly toolkit that creates 3D web interactives. While designed for WebXR, you may find it helpful for designing and developing objects for virtual world building.
One of the key features released in this new version is texture compression. This allows images to use 4 to 6 times less video memory and speeds up rendering with more efficient memory access. Textures are one of the most painful parts of world building as they add so much weight to your template or objects. The ability to optimize and compress textures is very welcome.
Absolutely. That's been one of the biggest pains of
Mhm.
Maya 2023.1 for anyone who's using it was released by Autodesk this week. Some amazing world stuff has been created by that. The 3D modeling and animation toolkit has several great improvements and bug fixes, and it's ideal for those that are working on very complex 3D models. It features an updating stack interface to add selected meshes as input objects directly from the stack interface with improved usability in the Boolean stack.
It also allows creators to quickly duplicate an existing object and offers extended support for Material X and native Maya shaders for color correction and more.
I wish other tools had those power features.
Mhm.
Every week, we celebrate the creativity of this amazing metaverse, social VR platform, and all of our fantastic world builders and event hosts who push the limit of what is possible in VR. We want to remind you that this community thrives on creativity. Please do not copy the work of others. Be original.
Yes, and honestly, we have some of the most creative and talented people here in Altspace VR. You know many of them. You
Mhm.
are them. It's a beautiful thing. There's just no reason to copy. Create your own, parody, or slightly emulate. But let's see your imagination shine as you make your worlds and events your own.
They're so amazing. The Educators in VR MRE meet up with Dargon, Carnegie, Samwise, and the team. This week it's going to be amazing. The meetup features a basic introduction and key tips and techniques and opens it up to some show and tell.
And if you're working on MREs, the mixed reality extensions that bring programming features to our virtual worlds, come share your latest project and show it off.
This Wednesday, the World Building team is hosting their monthly World Builders Social. This was requested for so many years, and now we have it, an opportunity to network and connect with others who are building worlds in all space VR and to learn from them, work together, collaborate, whatever.
Remember, world builders, get ready. A special tour is scheduled in July of some of the most influential and creative scary worlds for the upcoming Halloween Fright Night and World Maze
hmm
annual event in October.
The team is starting to plan some really exciting things. So if you want to be in on it, come see me, Mark, Karen, Lance, whoever, and well, let's come join our team. Because if you want to have your scary world included in the fifth year of this annual Altspace VR community event, get inspired now. Start working on it now.
Absolutely. How about that scary laugh, Laurel? Can you do the scary laugh for us? I still have to practice on that.
See, I'm getting
Love
better a
it.
little bit.
That's awesome. Thank you, Laurel.
hmm
So,
I laugh to please.
so December is our annual community holiday storytelling and world tours event. If you wish to participate in any of these, please let us know. We want this year to be better than previous years, and that's a really high bar to move.
hmm
Okay, so it's time now for our quick Discord tip of the week. Discord is our back channel communications tool used by Altspace VR and events and groups all across the Altspace community.
The text chat in voice channels we've mentioned over the past few weeks continues to roll out across most Discord servers. If it's enabled, you'll see a notification from Discord in your server. Check it out. We've been having way too much fun with it.
We mentioned last year the purchase of a top security company by Discord to help automate the process of moderation. This week, they announced that the Automod is here and rolling across Discord server communities.
We're so excited about this. Human moderators have been used to date to help maintain the integrity of Discord communities. The new auto mod feature helps us handle the bad actors whose sole intention is to spam the server with nasty stuff like the spam and the harmful links and scams. It's also supposed to help relieve the stress of dealing with unruly members.
Wow, that's something that the Altspace VR Discord can definitely use.
Yes, it can.
The new AutoMod is only available for community-enabled servers. We've shared a link in our News and Updates Discord to help you learn if your server qualifies.
Now, AutoMod works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Out of the box, you will find its content moderation filters and features under the Content Moderation tab in Server Settings. It comes with keyword filters to detect, block, and alert you to messages that may be harmful before they're posted in the channels. You may add harmful words or phrases to be timed and have people timed out or the messages timed out automatically and use other settings to customize the auto mod.
This is really exciting. And what an incredible gift to our Discord communities. We love Discord. We depend on Discord to support our events and communities. And remember, if you have a Discord tip you would like to share with us, please let us know or share it in our News and Updates Discord.
Now it is time to review just a few of the more than 300 VR events here in Allspace VR coming this week and beyond.
Event hosts, please be aware that it is a long-standing practice that the host of the event must be in the event during the time of the event. I mean, that's kind of common sense, but it's very important, obviously. If the event space is found empty, Altspace VR staff may end the event and take further action if this is repeated.
Please ensure that your event space is supported by someone with host and moderator permissions, including the space with a teleporter to Event World to override the main event algorithm. Honestly, people, stop doing that. Leaving an event unattended may have unintended consequences, so please entertain safely.
Also note that the main event algorithm has been updated to be a bit more restrictive when it comes to performant worlds and event images. 2 images are required for every event.
The tile image is 1920 by 1080, and it appears on the Altspace VR calendar on the website and in World. The event banner is 1920 by 576, and it appears only on the event web page. All main events must comply with the new measurements.
If you booked your event prior to the change, the images will work. However, if you edit the event to add mods, change worlds, descriptions, or anything else, the algorithm will check the image sizes when you update the event.
We're hoping and dreaming that our longtime request to use only one image per event to make the process easier is in our future. And possibly the size restriction is a step in the right direction. Now, before we go on, we have Mike, our one beautiful fan, Mike, who is watching our live stream on YouTube. He just wants to update us on some little bit more information on Google, and I'm just going to try to condense it here. He says if you change to their business plan with a G Suite plan, you will then have unlimited storage. So that's something to keep in mind. It unfortunately it's not available for new signups. So just be aware that there is some transitions that are going on there and the reports but it's a little, it's gotten a little too complicated with that. But anyway, back on track. Just want to make sure. Thank you, Mike, for watching, and thank you for that bit of information. Thanks. All right.
If
Go
you're a
for it.
host of, okay, if you're a host of an event or you wish to support an event through moderation, check out the special intro training provided for free to the AltSpace VR community by educators in VR. They're held twice a month, and the next one is this Tuesday. Experienced event hosts and moderators walk you through an interactive training to help you learn how to moderate VR events and how to improve your skills.
Hey, it's great fun. All right, it's Pride Month. It's the month to show off your pride and support the LGBTQ plus community. We love Pride Month. As you can see, we love to recognize and honor all the events supporting Pride Month all month long. The up and up, so check the Altspace VR events calendar for those updates.
Wednesday features multiple time zone meetups with the LGBTQ plus and Friends Meetup, hosted right here in AltSpace VR, with others following in Facebook Meta's Horizon. Remember, this is one of the longest running events in AltSpace and one of the oldest events of its kind in VR. We are honored to continue to have these hosted in AltSpace as a safe space where you will find support, encouragement, and love from all corners of the world.
Mm-hmm. Now, as a reminder, Improv Night with Stevie Boy and Shoseki has moved from its long traditional time slot after our show to Mondays. The mature audience event celebrates our creative expression and talents as the audience is invited to step up on the stage and improv their way to celebrity. Okay, at least express themselves with great laughter. It's always a good time.
This week's Money Monday with the U.S. First Secretary of the Treasury, Alexander Hamilton, hosted by Scott, continues to shine and is quickly becoming an educational discussion favorite. Educators in VR will be hosting Scott Mac Scott and his Alexander Hamilton character in a week to discuss how he's taken over 30 years' experience as a professional character actor specializing in Hamilton and as a professional tour guide, and recreated his work in VR and AltSpace VR.
The work he's doing is just amazing. He's building a community here as well as with a group of enthusiasts and actors. Scott is working on an acting project to recreate and gamify and through education to learn more about how the US government was formed with the help of his beautiful character Hamilton. And he's looking for volunteers and actors to help support the effort. So check it out.
Shamanic Sound Healing's Explorations uses a technique called enlightenment, a self healing shamanic journey that may be done with or without the support of teachers, as you learn how to use soundscapes to help with your personal healing. This is a novel process and event celebrated right here in AltSpace VR over the past few months by innovators in the technique. Check it out.
I love it when people are breaking the rules and bringing it here to us. I love it. I just love it. Now, on the It's About Time list, Tom Nickel of Evolver is hosting a semi-old in VR 65 plus meetup on Tuesday to bring together and support the vast numbers of older members in our community. Honestly, it's about time. Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. That's awesome, Laurel.
Mm-hmm.
Vitality Reawakened is hosting a time management made easy event on Tuesday in a two-part program to dive into goal settings, time management, and productivity, something we all need.
My hand is raised. You just can't see it. Summer solstice. Karen, summer solstice is here. It can't be here, honestly.
Yay.
What happened? It's too soon. Winter
It
solstice
is
was
too
a week
soon.
ago.
What happened to
all right? Golly. Time is
Oh,
flying across the AltSpace VR calendar, and indeed, Tuesday, June 21st, summer solstice. Jeez.
wow.
Join Pagans in VR for a ritual event and celebrate the longest day of the year around the world. I can't believe it.
I'm still trying to figure out where the winter went.
Yeah,
I look at my
like
fireplace
January,
and think, should I turn
June.
it off at night?
I know. Crazy.
It is crazy. On Thursday, the AltSpace VR rafters are going to shake as two of the most amazing powerhouse
we
women.
missed one.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. A new science fiction club has started in the metaverse. The guest speaker on Wednesday is Craig Miller, Director of Fan Relations for Lucasfilm from 1977 to 1980. He created and oversaw the official Star Wars fan club and produced the Star Wars Sesame Street episodes and more. Check out this new meetup club on Wednesday.
Yeah, fun. Thursday, the Allspace VR Raptors are going to shake as two of the most amazing powerhouse women take over the Virtual World Society's fireside chat. If there is an event you do not want to miss this week, this is it, folks.
Dr. Angelina Dayton is the Chief Research Scientist at the Virtual World Society and an Aspen Institute Tech Policy Fellow. She's a pioneer in VR education and has single handedly taught over 3,000 students and teachers how to use VR, and has also developed large scale deployment and mass adoption of emerging technologies throughout the United States and the world.
Diane McClellan is, I love her, is a top business leader and advocate for women owned businesses and small businesses for over 35 years. She is the co founder of Girls Team Institute and two other nonprofits that support the growth of entrepreneurship for women and girls, something we definitely need more of. Girls Team Institute's second annual Girls Business Team Challenge is coming here in July as four high school girls teams come together for a business hackathon style team event to find tech solutions for climate change internationally. And last year, we were everyone there gobsmacked at how amazing their presentations were.
Join these pioneers and innovators in XR and business on Thursday to discuss how not including women and girls as leaders impacts innovation and humanity. It's going to be an amazing discussion.
Oh, I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun.
Mhm.
Educators in VR is hosting a day long conference on Friday as part of their 2022 Universal Experience conferences that explores one of the more than 25 different special interest groups called teams in Educators in VR. This month's conference on Friday is for the think tank team called EdVR Sinners.
Ooh. Sinners stands for the Society of Intellectual Novices, a small group of innovators, thought leaders, and pioneers who come together quarterly to discuss the topics that matter to all of us in VR. They not only discuss, they work on solutions that help direct the path of educators in VR.
Amazing solutions and innovative projects have come out of these sessions, and Friday, expect the same. The topics open for discussion include defining the metaverse, the impact of XR on medical and healthcare therapies and patient care, intimacy and relationships, exploring social VR.
Then the conference discussions explore social VR as a game and gamification in VR for education and beyond, and how to build a community in VR. You don't want to miss this free all day conference right here in AltSpace VR.
Mm. Altspace VR is an amazing place for events, all kinds, and we appreciate all the talent and generosity of our event hosts. However, there's some that don't like to play by the rules.
If you encounter an event that doesn't match the description or expectations, or that you feel violates the AltSpace VR community guidelines and terms of service, while the event is still active, you can report it in World by going to the event, clicking on info, then report.
You may also report positive feedback and rate events as well when they are live. So this helps the event host and Altspace VR know when events are successful.
Wow, Laurel, these are just a few of the highlights of all the events this week. There are over 300 events a week. We can barely keep up with all these events. The schedule changes often, so check the website and in-world calendar to stay up to date.
We do our best every week to bring you the highlights from this ever growing community, and we are so glad you are here to share it with us. Now, that is all for this week's news and updates. Thank you so much for joining us here every week. For 4 years of news and updates, we do this for you every Saturday at the risk of our family hating us to help you be a better informed community. We have some fun events coming soon, so keep an eye out on our Discord and our news and updates channel. in Altspace VR. Be sure you subscribe so you'll be updated right away.
When news you need to know happens, we share it in our News and Updates Discord so you get the news through the clutter of information. Please tell a friend and share our Discord and YouTube channels so others can keep up with the news in and around Altspace VR.
We live stream the news onto YouTube and Twitch every week, and you can catch up with past episodes and more, and learn more about Altspace VR events, projects, news, community activities, you name it. This is a labor of love, and we love our volunteer team members who help us gather the news as reporters, moderators, and help us put the show together every week.
We do this for you for free. We are not Altspace VR employees. Our team works hard each week to gather the news and information to help our community keep up with everything going on here in Altspace VR.
If you'd like to join us, insanity is required, and so is a hardest service. We would love to have you join us. So let us know after the show. We're looking for everybody. So come join us because this show is yours as much as ours, and we'd love you to be a part of it.
Thank you to all of our news and updates volunteers and moderators who help make this event such a success. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. To all of our LGBTQ plus friends, happy Pride Month. To those celebrating Juneteenth, which should be all of us, we support you all. Let freedom ring out for everyone, and let us set an example of how we should live together in tolerance, acceptance, and respect in and beyond Altspace VR.
Very well said, Laurel. And to all of our Russian and Ukrainian friends and community members, we are with you. Stand tough, stand up, and most of all, in these uncertain times, please be safe wherever you are in the world.
Yay! All right. Thank you, Karen.
Thank you, Laurel.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you. The other
Thanks,
Karen.
everybody.
Thank you. Stand the trees. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Yay.
Love you guys.